Someone asks you, what do you usually do in the morning? And suddenly your whole morning becomes a boring list. You say, I wake up, I eat, I go to work.
Very clear, very simple.
Maybe too simple, because your morning is not just a list of actions. Maybe it is rushed, peaceful, sleepy, chaotic, cozy, or full of small habits. You just do not know how to say it naturally in English.
That is a common problem. Many English learners know the basic words, but their answers sound too flat.
So today, we are talking about how to talk about your morning routine in English. Simple English, natural English, the kind of English you can use when someone asks, what do you usually do in the morning? Or how do you start your day?
Welcome back to the English on Air podcast. I'm Ella.
And I'm Leo. We're really happy you're here with us today.
Leo, honest question. Are your mornings peaceful or are you usually rushing?
I want to say peaceful, but the truth is I'm often rushing. I check the time, get ready quickly, look for my keys, and then suddenly I'm thinking, why didn't I wake up 10 minutes earlier?
That feels very real.
Yes, and that gives us a useful phrase. I'm usually in a rush in the morning.
In a rush means you are doing things quickly because you do not have much time.
And that is today's point. Your morning does not need to be special, but if you add time, action, and feeling, your English sounds much more natural.
Let's begin with the most common weak answer. Someone asks, what do you usually do in the morning? And the learner says, I wake up and eat.
Not wrong, but very small.
A better answer is, I usually wake up around 7, get ready for work, and grab a quick breakfast before I leave.
Grab a quick breakfast means you eat something fast, usually because you don't have much time.
Leo, what do you usually do in the morning?
I wake up, I eat, I go out.
Clear, but it sounds like a list. Now make it more natural.
I usually wake up around 7, get ready for work, and grab a quick breakfast before I leave.
Much better. Same routine, better English.
That is the first lesson. Do not only say the action, add the time and a little detail.
Now, let's talk about rushed mornings.
This is when you wake up late, check your phone, realize the time, and suddenly everything becomes urgent.
Instead of saying, I do everything fast, you can say, my mornings are usually pretty rushed.
You can also say, I barely have time for breakfast.
Barely have time means you almost don't have enough time.
For example, my mornings are usually pretty rushed. I barely have time for breakfast, so I usually just grab coffee and leave.
Are your mornings busy?
Yes, honestly, my mornings are usually chaotic. I try to get ready quickly, grab my bag, and leave the house on time.
Very natural. That last sentence gives the feeling. The whole morning feels stressful.
And notice, this answer is simple, but it sounds real because it includes the feeling of the morning.
Now let's talk about peaceful mornings.
Some people like to start the day slowly. They drink coffee, open the window, listen to music, or just sit quietly for a few minutes.
A natural phrase is, I like to start the day slowly.
You can also say, I try not to rush in the morning.
For example, I like to start the day slowly. I make coffee, check my messages, and take a few minutes before I start working.
What is your ideal morning?
My ideal morning is slow and quiet. I wake up early, make coffee, and give myself a little time before the day gets busy.
That sounds very natural. It has action, feeling, and reason.
Exactly. Before the day gets busy is a useful phrase because it explains why the quiet time matters.
So now let's talk about phone habits, because many mornings start with the phone.
Sometimes the alarm rings and then somehow we're watching videos 10 minutes later.
Very true.
You can say, I usually check my phone for a few minutes after I wake up.
Or you can say, I try not to check my phone first thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning means the first action you do after waking up.
For example, I usually check my phone first thing in the morning, but I'm trying to stop because it makes me feel rushed.
Do you check your phone in the morning?
Yes, I usually check my phone for a few minutes after I wake up, but if I spend too long on it, I end up rushing.
End up rushing means the final result is that you are rushing, even if you didn't plan to.
Now let's talk about getting ready and leaving home.
This is useful because many morning routines are about preparation.
You can say, I get ready for work, I pack my bag, I make sure I have everything, or I try to leave on time.
After breakfast, I get ready for work, pack my bag, and try to leave the house by 8.
What do you do before leaving home?
I get dressed, pack my bag, check if I have my keys, and try to leave on time. If I'm late, the whole morning feels stressful.
Very natural. That last sentence gives the feeling. The whole morning feels stressful.
Because we don't have a real audience story today, let's use a short fictional example. This is not a real listener, it's just a realistic situation many English learners may recognize.
Imagine a learner named Mina. When someone asks, what do you usually do in the morning? She says, I wake up and go to work. But actually, her morning has many small details. She wakes up around 7, checks her phone, gets ready quickly, drinks coffee, and tries not to miss the bus.
So instead of saying, I wake up and go to work, Mina can say, I usually wake up around 7 and get ready quickly. My mornings are a bit rushed, so I grab coffee, pack my bag, and try to leave on time.
That answer is simple, but it sounds much more natural.
Let's give listeners one simple structure: time, action, and feeling.
Time, action, feeling.
Example, I usually wake up around 7, get ready for work, and try not to rush.
Another version, my mornings are usually pretty rushed. I grab a quick breakfast and leave the house as fast as I can.
Question, what do you usually do in the morning?
Slow example, I usually wake up around 7, check my phone, and get ready for work.
Question, are your mornings busy?
Slow example, yes, my mornings are usually pretty rushed. I barely have time for breakfast.
Question, how do you like to start your day?
Slow example, I like to start the day slowly. I make coffee and take a few quiet minutes before work.
Let's repeat the most useful phrases one more time.
Clear? I usually wake up around 7, I get ready for work, I grab a quick breakfast, I'm usually in a rush, my mornings are pretty rushed, I barely have time for breakfast, I like to start the day slowly, I try not to rush, I check my phone first thing in the morning, I try to leave on time.
The bigger lesson is this: your morning routine doesn't need to sound exciting, it just needs a little more detail.
So next time someone asks, what do you usually do in the morning? Don't just give a list. Use this simple structure: time, action, and feeling.
Example, I usually wake up around 7, grab a quick breakfast, and try to leave on time because my mornings are often rushed.
That's simple, that's natural, and that sounds like real English.
Tell us in the comments, what are your mornings like? Are they rushed, peaceful, sleepy, chaotic, or slow?
We'll see you in the next episode. Take care of yourselves. Your learning doesn't stop here. Click on the next video and continue your English journey with us.